Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Patrick Bartley again, and this time we're going to be talking about how you can improve your articulation and inflections in jazz. So of course everybody loves the chunky, like the fancy parts like the chords and harmony and different cool sounds in jazz, but one of the most often overlooked parts of playing jazz that can improve your playing so much and take it to the next level is all the details like articulation, dynamics, inflection. So we're going to talk about those today and how we can improve on those. So everything that we're talking about in this video can be found in our brand new course called Articulation and Inflection Techniques. So this course is jam-packed full of so many different things. I mean, any type of articulation inflection you could think of is going to be in here. Of course, with some solo examples and opportunities for you to play along with me as well. So if you like everything you're seeing in this video and you want to see more in the full course, go ahead and navigate to the description box below and click on that link. And don't forget, you can put in Articulation 25 as a code to get $25 off this course. Now let's talk about mute or doodle tonguing. So one of the most common questions I usually get when talking about articulation is the mute tonguing, sometimes called doodle tongue. I guess there's other names for it as well. Sometimes called bebop tongue, it depends, ghost tongue. But basically the point is, it's a halfway point between tonguing and not tonguing, is the best way I can describe it. And if you've never really heard mute tongue, it sounds like this. And it adds kind of a more nuanced and softer approach. And sometimes it helps to outline the notes that otherwise would be just slurred, right? And it helps give articulation to lines that otherwise wouldn't have it. So the way I think about mute tonguing is, again, half tonguing. And the reason why I call it that is because when you do a mute tongue, basically what you're doing is you're stopping the reed just enough so that it continues to vibrate, but you're not getting a full tone. So which would sound like this. And the way to achieve a mute tongue, this is kind of hard because it's going to take a lot of practice to do it. It's going to feel unfamiliar and weird to feel a vibration here, is you want to put your tongue on the reed, right? Try to imagine you're about to tongue, right? And you're stopping the reed. Release just a little bit so where the reed still vibrates. Imagine there's still some air going through it, but just the tiniest bit to where you can still feel vibration both on your tongue and on the mouthpiece, right? Or tongue and on the reed. Because if you get that sound, you're stopping too hard. But if you get this, you're not pressing hard enough. So find somewhere in between those two and you'll get. And the whole point of doing that is to be able to set up the articulation for the next note. And that will make that next note even stronger and give it more of an outline. So one articulation exercise that I actually created about maybe 8 or 9 years ago to help me with cannonball Adderley transcriptions and fatigue is an exercise I call the 1-5-9. And this exercise will help you build endurance and also keep you focused so that you can get through fast passages cleanly and also in a very exciting way. So the 1-5-9 in 1-5-9 means the 1st, 5th, and the 9th scale degrees of any major scale. And so what you're going to do is you're going to first create a little strobe, right? Like a metronome, with the 1st, the 5th, the 9th, 5th, and the 1st, back forth. So you're gonna go. You're gonna do that 2 times. Then you're gonna play the scale in between those scale degrees and making sure that you can keep those accented, right? You keep those accented. And the goal is to hit the mute tongue right before every chord tone. And if you're able to do that, then your 1, 5, and 9 should sound the same when you're playing with the scale and without the scale. And it's gonna sound like this. So as you do this every day, you can also feel free to increase the tempo. That is the point. And eventually you might get to a point where, you know, go to your limit. It might be like this. Like this is, I guess, my limit right now. Etc., etc. Man, still gotta clean that up, but you get the point. Now we're gonna get fancy a little bit and talk about some bending and scooping on the saxophone. Let's look at G on the saxophone. Doesn't matter what, if it's alto or tenor, because it's all the same note. But if you say G with the register key, right? Now, normally, if I want to get from, let's see, I want to bend G just going up from a lower note. Normally, the note I'll choose is going to be a chromatic note one below. So in this case, we're going to play F sharp, right? And I'm going to think, like, this is the cool thing about bending to me that I love so much. It's like you can almost use your imagination to shape the bend. You're quite literally shaping the bend. So if you imagine very slowly lifting your finger up to the next one. So that's just one simple bend that you can do on every note. So let's talk about mouth bending. So now we're talking, it sounds like, if you watch Avatar, the mouth bender sounds crazy. But if you want to use mouth bends here, this is where you're going to just stay on the note and you're not using your fingers this time. You're just bending with your embouchure. So this is going to take some practice, but basically what you want to practice is starting from the note, lipping down, and don't care about how far you go. It's okay. Just go down as far as you can. So let's stay, yeah, let's keep using F. F is a better note than G. Let's use F. So if I just play F right here, and I bend down, what I'm doing is I'm dropping my jaw, right? Not like, oh, you want to keep the mouth on the mouthpiece, right? But you're gradually lessening the pressure, gradually loosening. Think about like you're tightening, you know, like a screw on something, right? You're just either tightening or loosening the screw. Think about your mouth as like a screw that you're tightening or loosening. So in this case, you're going to be loosening it. All right, everybody, so that was a lot we talked about. A lot of articulation, a lot of inflections, and hopefully you got something out of this video. And again, if you want to get even further into this course, go ahead and click that link in the description box and put in our Articulation 25 code to get $25 off. All right, everybody, that's it for the video. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you again later.